Hi, King Fair got back with another video. Today we'll be looking at clean meat versus unclean meat according to God in the Bible. You shouldn't eat unclean meat for a very simple reason. Because when you eat unclean meat, you're breaking the sixth commandment. Thou shalt not kill. Because when you eat pork, sausage, ham, pepperoni, bacon, really any pork, you're eating the toxins that are not eliminated from the pig's body system, because the pig has one of the quickest and poorest digestive systems of any animal. It has a 4-hour digestive system, so 4 hours after it's done eating, it's sent to the slaughter, and just in a few days, it's on your table at home for human consumption. But things that are clean to eat, land animals that are clean to eat, are those who have a split hoof and chew the cud, such as cow, goat, lamb, buffalo, but lamb, deer, buffalo, cows, they have split hooves and they chew the cud. They are listed as clean in Leviticus 11. In a minute, I will be reading Leviticus 11. But cows and buffalo and deer, they have a much more sophisticated digestive systems. A cow's digestive system is 24 hours, and they eat clean, fresh vegetation. Pigs are scavengers. They'll eat anything they come across. Dead humans, their own dead young, feces, garbage, anything. They're Earth's garbage cans. Birds that are listed as clean include chicken and turkey. Birds that are listed as unclean involve the bearded eagle, the bearded vulture, the black vulture, eagle, the hawk, the falcon, the raven. And the marine life that God says is clean to eat are those that have both fins and scales, such as tuna and salmon, but things like catfish, lobster, crab, oysters, and shrimp are scavengers and are therefore listed as unclean. Now, I'll now read Leviticus 11. Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, say to the Israelites, of all the animals that live on land, these are the ones you may eat. You may eat any animal that has a divided hoof and chews the cud. There are some that only chew the cud or only have a divided hoof, but you must not eat them. The camel, though it chews the cud, does not have a divided hoof. The hyrax, though it chews the cud, does not have a divided hoof. It is unclean to you. The rabbit, though it chews the cud, does not have a divided hoof. It is unclean for you. And the pig, though it has a divided hoof, does not chew the cud. It is unclean for you. You must not eat their meat or touch their carcasses. They are unclean for you. Of all the creatures living in the waters and of the seas and the streams, you may eat any that have fins and scales. But all the creatures in the seas or streams that do not have fins and scales, whether among the swarming things or among all the other living creatures in the water, you are not to eat. You are to regard as unclean. And since you are not to regard them as unclean, since you are to regard them as unclean, you must not eat their meat. You must regard their carcasses as unclean. Anything living in the water that does not have fins and scales is to be regarded as unclean by you. These are the birds you are to regard as unclean and did not eat because they're unclean. The eagle, the vulture, the black vulture, the red kite, any kind of black kite, any kind of raven. the horned owl, the screech owl, the gull, any kind of hawk, the little owl, the cormorant, the great owl, the white owl, the desert owl, the osprey, the stork, any kind of hare, the hoopoe, and the bat. All flying insects that walk on all fours are to be regarded as unclean by you. There are, however, some flying insects that walk on all fours that you may eat. Those that have joint legs for hopping on the ground. Of these you may eat of any kind of locust, katydid, cricket, or grasshopper. But all other flying insects that have 4 legs you are to regard as unclean. You will make yourselves unclean by these. Whoever touches their carcasses will be unclean till evening. Whoever picks up one of their carcasses must wash their clothes, and they will be unclean until evening. Every animal that does not have a divided hoof or that does not chew the cud is unclean for you. Whoever touches of the carcass of any of them will be unclean. Of all the animals that walk on all fours, those that walk on their paws are unclean for you. Whoever touches their carcasses will be unclean till evening. Anyone who picks up their carcasses must wash their clothes, and they will be unclean till evening. These animals are unclean for you. Of the animals that move on the ground, these are unclean for you. The weasel, the rat, any kind of great lizard, the gecko, the monitor lizard, the wall lizard, the skink, and the chameleon. These are the regulations concerning birds, animals, every living thing that moves about in the water, and every creature that moves along the ground. You must distinguish between the clean and the unclean, between living creatures that may be eaten and those that may not be eaten. As you can see in there, you should not eat unclean animals. Because when you eat unclean animals, you are destroying your body. You are slowly killing your body. So, yeah. But some people might say, oh, King Fear God, man, that was only, man, those are laws, man, only for the Jews. There's no need for Christians to keep them today. But that's not so, friends. Because Leviticus 11 is not the first place we see the distinction between clean and unclean animals. Noah was instructed to take 2 of every unclean animal and 7 of every clean animal onto the ark with him. Do not eat unclean animals. Eat only those that are clean. If you want to honor God, do not eat unclean animals. So my question to you is, would you rather eat beef that comes from a cow that is clean, fresh vegetation and has a sophisticated 24-hour digestive system, or pork from the swine that eat anything and have a 4-hour digestive system that is one of the poorest, where the toxins are then stored in the fat, and then you eat that? Which would you rather eat? Cows that eat clean, fresh vegetation, or swine that eat anything? Put it in the comments. Thanks. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.